Preliminaries are over with. Dave, give us your overview.
Okay, just a really well-pitched game by Will, and gave us an opportunity to build on a lead. Obviously, offensively, we got some big hits, big two-out hits, and, put that – we didn't put it away completely after the fourth, but we felt really good because of the way Will was pitching. I mean, he was throwing the ball down. He was mixing his pitches and get him looking for the cutter a little bit, and he'd throw the fastball and vice versa. And just really did a great job. I thought we played outstanding defense behind him, and he knows that he can throw the ball around the plate, and we're going to field it most of the time, and just a good win for us.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes first. Just raise your hand, and Suzanne or Molly will get the mic to you, and we'll start here with Tom. Molly?
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. I want to ask y'all about Will McEntire. Could you tell us what he was throwing, what made him effective tonight, and then can you tell us what you were throwing and what made you effective?
Everything. Fastball, curveball, cutter, changeup, and all for strikes. So whenever you got a 4-pitch mix like that and you're throwing them all for strikes, it's a pretty good game plan for sure.
Will?
I give credit to him. He's a really good pitch caller.
Okay. Aaron?
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Michael, to follow up on that a little bit. I mean, when you think about, what you've seen out of Will over the last 2 months, his emergence, what do you think has been kind of the keys to his development since he's built this confidence over the last couple of months?
He just works hard, man. He didn't get that many opportunities early on, and he waited for his time, and when he got it, he shined. And he's taking advantage of every opportunity he gets. And if you go out and throw strikes for us and go deep in the game, that's been huge for us. So we hope we can continue to do that.
Get back over here.
No Darling, CWS 247. Both of you guys, how much confidence does it give you guys when you're out there when you have the best middle infield in college baseball behind you?
Michael?
It's nice. I feel like, especially if you happen to get behind an account, that I can just set up middle because I trust our defense so much. So, yeah, I mean, we've been saying that all year. Those guys are ridiculous up the middle, so it's fun to watch for sure.
Will?
Yeah, those two up the middle, you get a ball to either one of them, I never have a doubt they're going to make a play on it.
Okay.
Andrew Hutchison, hogbeat.com. Will, I'm wondering where this performance maybe ranks for you in all time.
I'd say that's number one.
Okay. Christine?
Christina Long with Southwest Times Record. Will, you kind of maybe thought you might start yesterday and then got the nod today. Just what were kind of the last 24 hours like? When did you find out you were going to start today? And then what was kind of the anticipation of today waiting around like?
I knew after yesterday's game I was told I was going to start today, and today just laying around the hotel room just trying to get my mind right and knew I need to step up for my team so we can get to tomorrow.
Okay. Next question, if any. Okay.
Just for the players, or can I ask?
Just the players right now.
Sam McEwen from the Omaha World Herald. The pitching was great. When you have a first pitch leadoff double and you guys kind of knock their pitchers around as much as you did, how important was that just to get off to that kind of start and get their starter out within two and a half innings?
It was huge. Webb kind of sets the tone for us, and we love him in the leadoff spot for that reason. So this is the second time in, 2 or 3 games where he's started off like that for us, and it just kind of got the ball rolling. So, yeah, I feel like top to bottom we had a pretty good day at the plate.
Okay, Tom, this will be our last question for the players.
Tom Murphy again. Michael, Peyton moved up to the 2-hole, 5 hits. Just maybe what you saw from his approach and how he sparked y'all maybe a little today.
Kid's a stud. We've been saying it all year. He works extremely hard, and he's seen the ball really deep in the zone right now. I feel like earlier in the year we kind of talked a little bit, and he was a little bit jumpy, trying to do too much maybe, which happens to everybody. But yeah, he's seeing the ball really well right now. You can just tell even his takes he's seen it really well. So it's fun to watch, and it's fun to hit with guys on base too.
Okay, guys, get ready for tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Dave? Right here.
Andrew Hutchison, hogbeat.com. I guess I'll wait. Dave, you've used the same lineup all postseason until tonight where you moved Stovall up to the 2-hole. What went in that decision, and how good was it to see him come through like he did tonight?
Just, the game kind of tells you what to do every now and then, and I feel like Brady's not swinging the bat like he was even last weekend. He struggled yesterday and maybe the second half of the first game here, and Peyton's been swinging it great the whole, I guess, maybe even towards the end of the season, I was going to say, he's swinging it great, ever since we finished regular season, but he swung it well down the stretch a little bit. But he's been really good, since postseason started. So I just thought about it last night. I thought I'm gonna flip those two.
Okay. She's coming. Okay, there you go.
Dave, Matt Foster with KUTV in Omaha. Facing elimination, did you expect anything but this type of performance from your guys and the way they played well in all three facets?
Yeah, you never know how it's going to go. If Auburn would have got off to a great start on the mound, I think we'd have had a really, really good ball game. Both teams didn't want to go home, obviously, and we just jumped out on them. But, speaking for our team, well, we don't want to go home. We think we can play 5 days in a row. We like it. So we're here until we're not.
Adam Cole, Opelika, Auburn News. Dave, Auburn's starter has had some relatively short outings this year, hasn't gone much more than 5 innings in most of his starts. You guys got him pretty deep into counts early and, of course, knocked out on 77 pitches in 2 1/3. Was that something you guys had game planned at all for? Or?
It's something that we've been doing a lot better of, grinding out at bats, fouling off pitches, really the last month. And that's probably why we're here, because we've done a lot better job of, taking what they give us, and we get behind, getting a few more pitches out of starters and whoever, and it's led to some big innings for us, and I think that's what we did tonight. So it's part of our game plan.
Okay, back here.
And Justin Akery, 103.7 The Buzz. Coach, obviously you want the players to take it game by game. Your guys did a great job today. But, as a coach, you got to kind of think about the long game, knowing there's 3 games ahead of you. Just curious about strategically in your mind how you're sort of trying to map out, a plan and knowing obviously there's an organic process, having to play through it as things play out.
Well, we told them after the game last night, did not really get all concerned about that. So, yeah, the coaches, we have to think about that. But, really, we would have thrown everybody we had to win tonight just to get to tomorrow. But fortunately, because Will gave us an opportunity, we got to save our whole pitching staff for the most part. And even Vermillion came in, and we just wanted him to throw 1 inning. If it went well, he only threw 4 pitches. So we got him out of there. We scored a couple more. We put Austin Ledbetter in there, threw 2 nights in a row. And, strategic. The plan is save as much pitching as you can. But and the offense, they helped us obviously by scoring and continuing to score. But you never know how this thing's going to go. Baseball's a funny game, and whatever it takes, and that'll be what we do tomorrow. We'll do whatever we got to do to try to win tomorrow.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Dave, I got a 2-parter. Lanzilli's home run, I think, had the same distance as Elko's last night. I wonder what you thought of that shot. And then could you talk us through your potential starting pitching plans for tomorrow?
Yeah, when he hit the ball, I was just hoping it would stay fair. It had a little bit of a northerly breeze, maybe northwest, and I think it held it a little bit when it got up in the air, and it almost started backing up, it looked like. And that means he got inside the baseball pretty good. He didn't hook it. And, that swing, all of a sudden we're up. With the swing before, Michael gets out front and hits the ball over the right fielder's head for 2 runs, and then they visit the mound, and then the next pitch, ball goes out of the park. We score 4 runs on 2 hits, and we're feeling pretty good up 8 runs with the way Will was pitching. Obviously we could We could bring back Nolan on 3 days rest if we wanted. He's talking to us about it. We could go Smith, a couple other guys in there too. Is that what you want to hear?
Andrew Ellis, hogsports.com. Dave, you've talked a lot about Stovall and him kind of pressing earlier in the year, and he came into the tournament hitting 252, and he's now hitting 309. Just how good is it to see him work through that and then still have a good year despite struggling early and kind of pressing a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he had unrealistic expectations of him because, he was a guy that turned down a lot of money. I mean, he didn't even get drafted. He was going to go before the first round possibly. He wanted to go to college, and, he just felt a lot of pressure, with social media and everything else, and you read everything and preseason this, preseason that. It's hard putting that on kids that haven't even seen a college arm yet, and he has been really good the last month. And it, like Michael said, even his takes are good. I mean, he was out front, and he's not an out front type hitter, and he's pretty balanced, stays back, and he's doing it now. I mean, he's starting to hit for power, hitting for average, taking his walks, and we've really been able to see the future the last month. It's been fun.
Okay, next question for Dave. And if there are none, get ready for tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Horn, a professional services firm serving clients across the U.S.